Welcome back to the second part of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and their adorable cottage that we're building. Now in part 1 we built bags 1 through 7 and we're going to start with bag 8 today. So to start with, it looks like we're building our next dwarf, which is Sleepy. And on one side of his face he looks pretty drowsy, I would say, but on the second side he's yawning. Isn't that adorable? I love how his, if you can see that close enough, his little tooth is showing. And he has a little green hat. So this is actually the first dwarf that, oh, his hat goes this way. They've had some of them go this way and some of them go this way. He's the first duplicate color that I've seen, and he's got the same as Bashful, it looks like, as far as color of hat. Little brown legs. And he gets a pickaxe too. We're getting a lot of them with pickaxes here. Okay, so it looks like we are going to start building up the next level for this portion of the build, which has the organ and the little kitchen area in it. And so far it has been a really exciting build. I had a lot of fun building up the first part of it. The inside of the house is very detailed. Lots of fun stuff going on in there. I'm very excited to see what the top portion of the house looks like. But I'm still pretty nervous to build the outside of the roof section because it looks highly detailed. Of course, it's going to be beautiful to look at, but it could be a bit of a beast to make, I'm afraid. So hopefully I'm wrong and it'll be pretty smooth to go together. Let's see here. I'm not sure what we're making here. Something's probably going to attach here. I am impressed with how smoothly it is going together. Some sets you just get into and get worn out very quickly because of how tedious they are, but this one is very enjoyable to build and always something kind of new and exciting that you're doing. These little pieces, they've been using a lot more of these little tile pieces that have the different shapes or patterns on them. Kind of almost looks like the base of a bed, but surely not, because there would have to be 7 of them. There I am getting impatient again. But there's got to be something here. They're doing this all over again. Okay. I'm going to say that it might actually be a support system for the beds here. So, how is everybody doing since we talked last? Hope everything's going smoothly for you. I'm at about the middle of my week here and still scrambling to catch up with everything I've got to do. Story of my life, it appears. I think maybe it would be safer to just assume that I'm always going to be scrambling to catch up and just kind of be content with that versus always trying to make the weeks go smoother and then they never quite go to plan. Always feels like you're not reaching your goal. That one just wants to go in a little crooked. Let me find that and see. It's kind of hard because he's wedged in there. If I can straighten him up. He is stubborn. Let's try popping him out. Being neurotic here, but I just don't like how he wasn't in there straight. Oops. Well, he just wants to stay crooked. Okay. We'll just leave him slightly off there. All right, let me see here. We're going to put... Is anyone else as fussy about those pieces going straight on as I am? Funny thing is after the fact, if I was looking at this edit, I wouldn't even notice it or bother me at all, but when I'm making it, it just sits there and bugs me. So we've made this kind of base. I'm thinking maybe beds will attach there, but let's see. Oh boy, okay, I was right. We're going to attach beds, and we get the exciting part of working with stickers. I say that with sarcasm, but maybe it won't be too bad. So let's start working on this first little bed here. We're probably going to make all of the dwarves' beds, but we don't even have all of our dwarves made yet. Get to see their beds before we get to see their little characters. It looks like these first two beds have different bedspreads on them. So that's kind of cute. Alright, so we have these pieces, which are honestly something I have not seen before, because they're like a 2x2 square with one rounded end. Alright, they want us to do number 6, which is Happy. This is Happy's bed. And then these stickers that go on it. It's interesting to me why they printed so many, but then they leave certain ones as stickers. Maybe it's so we get to have a little bit of both. Tradition to put the stickers on, maybe. Okay. There we go. Now we get another one of these to go here for his headboard. So that's Happy's bed, and we're going to put it goes in this first spot. Let me see here. Figured exactly how they want us to go. I think it goes maybe there. Okay. And then the next one we're going to build is Sneezy. I don't think we've met Sneezy yet. Oh, his pillow's different too. How sweet is that? I thought it was funny in the movie when they went out. She was sleeping under the covers. They were gonna go attack whoever was in their house. That was a cute part. Oops, we're gonna try to take that up. I got that crooked. Oh goodness. This is why I dread this part. Okay, I think it went on okay. I want to get a bubble, but it's okay. Look at that, he's got little bunnies on his. All right, and then we'll put that in right there. Okay. I feel like that they weren't on the same. This one was sticking out more. Oh, that's because I forgot this little part. Goodness. I skipped a step. Like, why is his? There we go. Now we're even. I'll turn the page here, and we're going to make Dopey's bed. You know, one thing that I have, it's a little bit of a, well, I'm not sure what you would call it. Just something that kind of maybe concerns me would be the right way to say it, is the overstimulus that our world brings to us. Whether it be from just the lifestyle, the go, go, go. We just live such busy lives, and then you turn on any form of entertainment, on the TV or movies or anything like that, and it's really, really high stimulus, always something, constantly flashing on and off the screen, and we've kind of lost the ability to just enjoy things that are calmer and a little bit slower. And there's Toby's bed. He's got bunnies, on his too. And that goes, let me see, in there. So we have 3. Oh, okay. They're going to put one right here in the middle. I was like, how are they fitting 7? All right, we're going to do Doc's next, and his goes in the bed. My mom would love to show us, a lot of the old classic movies, and so I grew up kind of with appreciating the little bit of, I can watch movies from the 50s and the 60s, and it doesn't bother me because I learned to appreciate watching it for the story and allowing the story to develop. And I tried to, work that with my kids. I made them sit through, kind of slowing down. Reading books is the same way. You kind of have to be patient. You have to be willing to sit there and allow the story to develop. And so my kids would, watch older movies too, and their friends would come over and they'd be like, do you want to watch a movie? And the kids would suggest something, and they'd turn it on with their friends, but their friends would get bored really, really quickly because they needed that constant stimulus that was moving the story very, very quickly instead of being able to focus on more of a slow development of the storyline. And where this is all going to is I realized that when I was watching Snow White, before I built this set, that this storyline it moves slower. It has that little bit of the characters can take time to develop. Oh my goodness, you won't believe what I just did. No, I did it right. I built this one, and then this one, and then for some reason was going back. I forgot to turn the page, and I'm like, wait, the bedspreads. I'm good. Sitting there rambling and forgot my place. We are moving on to Grumpy's bed. We have everybody who's right so far. Anyways, where was I? It was the time that they would take to just kind of get from one point of the story to the next. It took them actually quite a long time to make it up the stairs and find Snow White, and they just allowed that part to be kind of dragged out, so to speak, and it was just really nice to see such, a beloved movie. You really can just allow yourself to enjoy those moments of the characters kind of moving slower and get to know them a lot better. There was so much that happened within that time, in that time frame of what they were doing there. You can't see the headboards. The beds are so crammed in here that their headboards are like pretty much completely hidden. To see their names, you have to kind of take them out to be able to really see them. So I enjoyed that aspect of it. Kind of going back to a little bit slower movie. And it's not that I don't love the faster paced movies, not in any way, but it's just something to be said for appreciating that slower development that can happen think you get to know the characters a whole lot deeper and better when you give them that time. Alright, looks like this is Bashful's bed. You know, they left Sleepy for the last, and he's just sleepy and just wants to go to bed. Alright. And then we'll put his in the middle here. And then the last bed for Sleepy, let's put that together. I have to turn the page so I don't make the same bedspread again. It's going to do my same mistake again. There's been 2 beds per page here until this last one, so he's got a little teal bedspread. I like the way they're making these little quilts, and I love how they're all a little bit different. So there's maybe a good lesson for us to find something that we can do that steps away from that constant stimulus that we are faced with in our society all the time. And be able to just slow our brains down a bit and give them that little bit of rest that I think that they actually really need. And aren't Legos just the perfect way, or one way, to be able to do it? Alright, we're going to put a little pot over here, and we're going to build a little candle to go on the other side. You kind of have to wonder what in the world that pot is doing there. Okay, but we'll leave it at that. So this is how they're going to connect. I was kind of eyeing it while I was getting this video ready, and I thought I figured it out because they have a connection point here. Let's get these Legos out of the way, and then of course they have this, and then this right here. So obviously we can snap it in. So let's see if we can bring that. And then if we unsnap that one end, then we can kind of open it up. And now we have the front of our cottage. Look at that. How sweet. We've been working on the inside so much I forgot about how beautiful the outside was. Alright, let's see what they want us to do. So they're going to have us not close it. They're going to open it up. And let's figure out here. They want us to work a little bit. I'm wondering if they're going to make stairs or just it's one of those, you know, like the Barbie houses where there wasn't any actual stairs. Shorter one. You just pretended that they were there. My goodness, when my sister and I were young, one time my dad came home, and would you believe he was somebody that he worked with or something. Anyways, I'm not sure how, but he came across someone giving away one of the big Barbie houses. You know, the ones that were like 4 feet tall. And let me move this to the side a bit. They want us to make something over here. The Barbie mansion, and oh, we never thought we would ever be able to have that. And he brought it home. The person giving it away was like, "Do you have any little girls?" And Dad was like, "Yes." Look at this. I think we've put like a little hidden jewel in here. I really love these. They're like kind of, oh, I don't know what's the right word. They're very shiny. They're not completely see-through. So there's a word for that. It's just not coming to my brain at the moment. A little hidden jewel maybe up in the rafters or something. We played for hours and hours and hours with that house, and one of the best things about it was it had an elevator. didn't have stairs, but it actually had a working elevator that you could work on one side. We were in heaven. But I don't think our cottage is going to have an elevator. It might not even have stairs. I think they've hidden their jewels up in the attic so nobody can find them. We've got 2 white clear ones, and then we have a really pretty blue one. Oh, I love that blue jewel. I just have a pile of them. I saw a green one and 2 red ones. Some rubies going on there. And they don't close it all the way, and then they put it on here. Oops, that might need to go over one more. I saw somebody build a mock, and they used those blue jewels as they built a ship on on the ocean, and the ocean was made out of those blue jewels. And I was like, oh my goodness, unbelievable. They want us to put a green and a blue jewel in this bucket. They've got jewels everywhere. I knocked down Happy. He's always kind of falling over. I think his pickaxe is a little front heavy. Alright, we're going to work on this end right here. I was trying to figure out when I was watching the movie, is it a diamond mine they're working in, or is it just precious jewels in general? In here they've got all kinds of colors, so, and I think in the movie they did too, so they must mine a lot of different kinds of jewels. Let's see here, we need this. And I think they're putting this one right here. Instructions are a little vague. Kind of expecting to figure it out, but we can. Okay. We have 3 of those going up. So this is where the fire is, on the inside of the fireplace. So it's kind of the top of our chimney here. That we're building. I remember talking in the last video about how much I really liked this design that they did. It feels like it was carved out of a large piece of stone versus just putting bricks in. Now, where did they want? They said they want 2 of these, and I was like, well, where's the other one? It's over here. And we're working over here. I love these pieces. These are another just kind of fun piece you don't see too often, but then when you do see them, I get really excited. They kind of got us spinning this, working all kinds of directions, don't they? Oops. Kitty hair got on it. I mean, there were a lot of animals in the cottage, but I don't remember ever seeing a black cat. Probably wasn't black kitten here. I think the inside looks adorable, but the outside is probably going to be a stunner as well. Maybe a lot of extra jewels here. Not sure if they're going to work them in or just gave them to me for extras. It almost looks like we're building another little rafter here. I'm hoping they're going to build in some sort of cobwebs for us. Oh, here we go. They want another jewel placed into there, and this one gets a little lid. Oh my goodness, I don't believe what I missed. I was like, well, how come this one got a lid and that one didn't get a lid? Well, we're going to have to go back for a second because, you know me, start building something that's fun and I miss something. Alright, this one is gonna go, make sure I have that facing, yeah, across here. Look at that. Alright, we're gonna go back a few pages. Fix my typical mistake. Okay. Right here, they have this piece as the lid to that chest. I just totally forgot his lid. Alright. Now we'll sketch around. And not sure what we're making here. How fun is this that they put in all of these different rafters? I love that. All their hidden stores up here. I think the dwarves have it pretty made. They live in this adorable cottage. Oh, I knocked Happy down again. I'm gonna have to move Happy. I'm gonna move him over a bit so I stop smacking him. They get to work in a diamond mine full of beautiful gems. And they get to meet Snow White and help save her. Okay, now they're gonna put a couple of these crooked little boards in the front of the house. Ooh. Built up a nice long one here. Here we go. Put that right in the middle. Get to put on more of our locks that stick out with our carved owl faces. Oh, goodness, this may be one of the best parts of the build right here. Well, I'm trying to figure out, it's kind of weird. Oh, I put this one here the last video, but it's supposed to go up one, I'm not sure. And that's not supposed to have anything on it. Well, it's okay. I fixed it. Alright, now we're on to bag number 9. Okay, we have our 6th dwarf, and it is Sneezy. It's really cute. He's getting ready to sneeze here, and then over here he just let it all out, didn't he? Just love it. It's unfair to pick a favorite out of the dwarves because they're all just so wonderful. He has a pickaxe too, but I think the scenes with Sneezy are probably some of my favorites, especially when they tied his beard up around his nose. Pretty funny. And I realized I was getting this bag ready that I'd made a mistake. I had 2 leaves left over. I don't even know from what bag. I should have caught it, but they went right here, and I missed that somehow. I didn't go back and figure out which bag I was missing them from. I just fixed it. I was looking at my instructions closely and was like, oh, there we go again. We're gonna work more on the top of the chimney here. This build is getting big. I don't have room for everything. Oops! Well, I thought that was in and it wasn't. Kind of goes in there. Real tight. It kind of sneaks in there, I guess. This is gonna be tall, I think. Building up, isn't it? Putting in a whole nother layer of rafters, I think. It seems like we've been working where they wouldn't have to be connected, but they went ahead and connected them, so I'm gonna have to fight working around it. I'm sure there's a reason they've gone ahead and connected them. I think I thought it was going to be a little shorter than this. What have I done? Oh, oops. So this is where they are going to be working with it. This other side. Let's see, I'm a little bit disoriented here with the pieces that are to be used. It's this taller one. I'm not sure what these pieces are called. Tree branch looking things. So it has to match the other side. Okay, I'm actually going to flip this around because we're going to be working back here a bit. This could be a little tricky. There we go. Wasn't too bad. I'm going to move these pieces over here so I'm not constantly pushing them. Alright, there we go. Of course they want us to work over here. This candle is... I think it wants to go somewhere else in the house. Alright. They have us working in so many different places. I feel like I'm constantly flipping and moving it. I get disoriented a bit. I had to go help my puppy for a minute. He was chewing on a toy and making quite a bit of noise, so we had to figure that little problem out. He got to go be with Matt while he's working in another room. Alright, we're putting in another hinge into this to connect the top part there. That's nice. They've got these grooved pieces that we're putting in a lot of different places. They've been kind of showing up on the back side. I'm not sure if that's for decorative purposes or if there's something else that'll happen with them. Hard to say. We get to put in a lantern. Let me see, where did I saw that lantern? Here we go. I love how you can put these pieces in and it looks like they're glowing. It's kind of hard to tell with the light, but it's like a yellow piece in there. All right, let's see where they're going to put this support. It goes. Well. It goes right here. Okay. To figure out which bed it was going in front of, this one or that one, but it's that one. There's a lot going on up here, isn't there? I'll tell you, I'm getting this spring antsiness. I'm gonna turn this around for a second because the instructions has it going this way and I can't figure out how to do it. Reverse it in my mind when I had the build backwards. It's going to be a very tall chimney. It's starting to get warm outside, although I hate it because it's cold in the morning and then it's hot in the middle of the day, back to cold in the morning. Kind of like it when the weather decides to make up its mind. Decide if it's going to have me be freezing or warm. But I'm fine in the winter being cooped up. I don't even feel the need to go outside very much. But when it starts to get warm out there, especially in the afternoons, I start to get a little anxious want to get out there. Would you believe it? I want to go weed flower beds today. I'm going to spend some time out there with the puppies doing that today. Get everything ready. I did decide though that I was going to have to start. Look, it looks like we're putting in some of the roof section, or at least it's the same color, so I wonder if this is like a center support that we're going to start seeing in that. But anyways, I was going to have to start coming up with a solution to a watering problem I have in my garden. I kept expanding my flower gardens, but we were having to stand out there and water through the summer. And the more beds I put in, the longer we would stand out there. So every couple of days you're out there for hours trying to water everything, because I don't care to use, let's make sure I put that in the right spot, like sprinklers or something, because we have such problems with powdery mildew and different types of mold and stuff that gets on the flowers, so they have to be watered where the water doesn't splash up on them, their leaves. And so I'm thinking about trying to put in a drip irrigation that isn't built into the ground but kind of lays on top. I'm absolutely terrified, but I just don't know that I can spare hours out there watering this year, and it tends to get a little bit difficult on my health to do it when it's really hot. I think we've reached the top of the chimney. Look at that. Okay, I'll leave that back there. We're going to work down here. I'm just so tickled at how good it's looking. It's really, really sweet. So obviously there's just this one upstairs, which would have been like it was in the movie, and then this is just the open rafter area, knocking down plants over here. Above the living area. Pretty cool. So if any of you have any ideas at all about a useful way to put in watering help in a garden area, I don't want it to look really bad, especially near the front of the house. We do have rules with the HOA. It has to look nice. But I thought about soaker hoses, but I'm a little bit concerned. There's just so much that, is said about them busting or not getting enough water to the end of the hose, or so I don't know if it's better to actually try to put in something a little bit more solid and permanent, but I am a little scared of how that's gonna go together. But I've got to get a wiggle on that too, because it's going to start needing it as soon as it starts to get a little closer to summer. We get enough spring rain that it should be good for a bit here, so maybe that's why I'm dawdling. But we're building up this front, which is obviously going to be taller. I'm getting more and more terrified of the roof section. This is going to be a lot of fun. Watch, it'll be a lot of fun actually, and I'll have to eat my words. Let's see here, I'm looking. Oh, they're gold. I was looking for a tan. They weren't. Okay, let me see here. Making the windows like the other ones, and I'm guessing we're going to build it up a little bit more here. This one has more to it, this window. Oh, I know why. they're putting curtains in it. On the inside. How sweet is that? Oh, that piece is crooked. You know it's gonna bug me. Make another one. I hate buying curtains. Isn't that funny? I have to buy some for a couple rooms in the house, and I procrastinate that too. I bought some yellow ones for my kitchen area. And I looked and I looked and I looked, trying to find the perfect ones that I liked. They're awful. They're not the right color yellow. They have this, I don't know. It's supposed to be like a golden yellow, and instead they kind of almost have this, not neon, but just, I don't know, something off. And I really don't like them. But since I got them, I'm like, well, we're going to be stuck with them for a little bit. Look at that. Look at the little curtains on each side. I love that so much. There's that candle goes again. It hates me. But I couldn't find any in any stores around me, so I ordered them online, and I really don't enjoy doing that necessarily, because then you end up getting, you know, the color is just a little different than you envisioned it. Sometimes I'm surprised, and in a good way. And I was looking at those yellow curtains the other day and thought, I'm gonna have to fix that. I think we're gonna build the rafter that goes across here. I had a friend, oh gosh, it's been years now. Our boys went to activities together, and she said that she had to go get a couch for one of her rooms, and she was really dreading it because she hated buying couches. And I love buying couches. I could go couch shopping any day, but I hate buying curtains. Isn't that funny? So what do you hate buying? What do you dread going shopping for? It's funny how we can different preferences like that. I think most of us, well, I think a lot of people that I've heard don't enjoy grocery shopping. It seems to be the one thing that's like, yuck. Ooh, look, we get to put a spider in. I love that. I loved the little spider in the movie that was all feisty because his cobweb was getting taken down. So that's exciting that they put a spider in there. Not that, we need a 4. Okay. And then let me see here. They've got it where, if this is the front, it goes this way. Okay, I'm like, something isn't right. It is overhanging by one back here. Okay? It's long, it's one longer than in the room there. It looks like that's the way it's supposed to go. We're not going crazy. Okay. We're gonna put these on both ends here. It's getting taller and taller, isn't it? Just drop that on a bed. Oh wait, look at that. I had to put these down first. That's gonna be even taller. Put it on here first. It's funny how we become fussy about things that we should just be very grateful for. The thing that we have the ability to go to the grocery stores and be able to shop should make us completely grateful. We should never fuss about it. But yet we think we need to. Find it an inconvenience somehow, and it's just probably very silly. Very silly indeed. Not sure what these are. They're like, oh, they have owls on them. That's not one. Here's one. They're like little shutters. That side, and then we're going to build one on the other side. I was trying to double check something there. Okay. That's really sweet. I like how it's, oops, no. This one goes in first, and then that one goes in. Get the right angle. I like that. Okay. Goodness. All kinds of stuff going on. I'm going to turn these over because I've got some with owls and some without. Okay. And this piece is just kind of going in. He's funny. He's just kind of going in. Just crooked, just like that. Anyway. Turn that way for you. We have two of these. And one overhangs the front one and one does not. Good. It's back and forth and back and forth. All right. It's making me dizzy. Oh. That's sweet. They can just keep putting owls in. That's fine by me. There is a cup that they're wanting to sneak in right in here. It's kind of funny. Or there'd be a little silver cup, but it's really nice because it's like a metallic silver, which is not common. These connectors all across the top. All right. I think that I've got everything done on that part, and we're on to bag number 10, and I think it's a bag that is going to make us very nervous. Now, the reason I say that it might make us nervous is because, one, the color, and two, it has this right here on the instruction book. So I guess Grumpy likes all his pieces in a mixed, matched mess, and Dopey likes his pieces all sorted out. So obviously we're going to be working on the roof, and I'm going to do a quick sort, just like Dopey tells me to do, so that we can put this together easier. Oh my goodness, that was a nightmare. I can actually see why you'd be grumpy if you didn't do that, so don't be a hero. Don't try to do it all in a mess. Go ahead and sort your pieces. That was, there was a lot of different ones, more than I thought, and then make sure you put in these, you know, in separate piles, I think, because otherwise I think you could go a little insane trying to figure that out later on. So it's probably a job worth doing there. We are going to listen to what we are told and be grateful later on. Okay, so here's the first roof section. Let's see how it builds up. Last night, my girls and I were chatting, and they said something very interesting that kind of cracked me up and made me think a lot. They said, which dwarf do you identify with? And then they said something even more interesting. They said, or can you find that you can identify with each dwarf? Can you see yourself basically in each dwarf? And I was like, huh. And isn't that accurate though? Isn't there at a certain time we can identify within ourselves? I'm just trying to make sure I got every single angle right there. Can't you kind of see yourself within the dwarfs in a way? I mean, let's face it, we can all be grumpy. There's all times that we have to be, dock and kind of take charge, and we all have times of that, I guess. Let me see here. I'm trying. I think there's another piece I'm missing. This needs to go on here. I think, although this is, wait a minute, I've done something. Oh. These don't go down here, people. They go up one. Silly, silly me. And that goes there. Okay, I got rattled. So, there's all times that we can, times we can all be grumpy, and there's times we can all be dock where we have to kind of take charge and help the situation, and then hopefully we all have times where we can be happy. How many times do we feel a little bashful? And if anybody has seasonal allergies, then they know they can be sneezy. I have a great tendency to be sleepy sometimes. And then there's Dopey. And we can all just be, he's just innocent, isn't he? And sweet. Oh, that needs to go up one more. Let me get my brick separator and move that up. That makes it easy, doesn't it? But then you can go a step further. And you can wonder, which one of those personalities do I want to be the one I'm known for? If I was to be named after one of the dwarfs, who would I want to be identified with the most, I guess? Now look at how much you can overanalyze things. But it is an interesting thought, I suppose. Goodness, this is where it gets difficult, people. We've got a lot going down. So we need this piece here, I think. Yeah. Make sure it was the right length. Is it the right length? Yeah, I guess so. Huh. It looks a little bit of a nightmare. Okay. That's how it's supposed to be looking so far. I'm going to think very positive, though. The thing I love the most is the colors here. Love, love, love the colors. Need this piece on first. No. Comes like that. Oops. Don't mess up the organization. We're going to need that. Okay. This goes onto here. Like that. So it connected underneath. And it meets up there. And then we need this piece to go on there. That's not too bad, is it? Don't worry, it's gonna get worse. I complained about the Rivendell roof. That's gonna be nothing in my mind after this one. They say to just take your time and enjoy the process. So my family keeps telling me, enjoy the process. You see this little triangular insert there, indent, excuse me. Guess what's going to go right in there that they've been doing over and over in this set. Love that. There's another one right here. So it just fits in. You have a little recessed area. Really brilliant what they're doing. They want us to put this piece here. Okay, we need another one of these. I love these pieces. Let me show you. It's kind of hard to tell. Yellow on yellow. I haven't seen them that much in this yellow, so these are very prized little pieces here. Okay, they want us to put in a whole bunch of these. I'm going to make sure I'm doing this right. But it would be, nope. That one goes there. And then, oh goodness, that one goes there. Gotta make sure your angles are right here. I'm going to double check my work. I think it looks correct. And now they're gonna put these going down here. What a little nightmare job. That one goes there, but then they want us to put another one up in here. Okay. I think this is probably the most detailed top to a building I have ever done. And we're just getting started. But we're not going to panic. Now, how are they doing that? Just a second. Gotta go back a step. Okay. I made a mistake. That's why this is really important to... Now I'm not ever going to be able to get that piece out. I have to move a couple things here. This one is supposed to be down one. Because otherwise... this next step is not going to work. All right. Now that we fixed that, we've got this looking right. Gotta have those brown pieces showing. Then we're going to put this up here. And then watch this. They're going to get... and those two are actually going to kind of fit snug inside of each other there. Then we're going to come over here and do the same idea. But we're going to use these pieces. So then if you flip it around, there you go. Okay, I'm going to set that down for a second. I want us to work with this piece. Goodness, if we get past this, we're going to feel like champions here. We need 4. This is definitely a tricky part that I'm having to pay attention to. And we have a long way to go yet. But I have a feeling it's going to look so amazing at the end of it that it's going to be well worth the effort put into it. Now let's see, where do I have those pieces? Oh, they're these little teeth pieces. I thought I was just looking for standard 1x2 plates, but they got little teeth on them. We're going to attach this to the end here, extend this out a little bit, so we can put more pieces down. Okay. I'm okay. I'm not losing it. By the end of it, I probably will be, but it's going to look unbelievable. I just know it. Let me see here. I'm going to need another one of these teeth pieces up here. I'm guessing that we're making it's supposed to look like a thatched roof, which is what I believe that it was. But this is quite the intensive thatched roof, isn't it? And then another one goes there. All right, let me see. Did I get everything in here? No, I need one more piece right in there. Oh, okay. Now we're going to need 6 of these. I'm going to pull these out so I make sure I get everybody in. That's the real key here, to make sure you get everything in each step. They're going to put a whole bunch of them in here. So we're going to put that into there. I like how they're doing this where, oops, that one didn't snap it. Where they put one down in the little hole and then they just flip it. It's got the same angle as the one we just worked with. And then it goes, it fits like a nest inside of itself, so you get this kind of bumpy, wavy edge going on. Now I need 2 more, and they're going here and here. All right, now we need 2 leaves. That's unexpected. Oh my goodness. I can't say I love building it, but I love the way it's looking. Oops, I think I knocked one of my leaves off. No, I didn't. What did I knock off? Oh, that's not good at all. Oh, wait, it was this right here. It must not have snapped in. Good. Make sure you snap those in. All right, we put this over here. So that's obviously going to be probably the attachment piece for how we're hooking it on. Oh, wow. That side's done. All right, I had to put in another one of these angled pieces. I don't know if it fell off while I was trying to figure out where this goes to, because I got really stumped. So I wanted to take a moment to figure it out, or if I had forgotten to put it in. But just make sure you have one on every single one of those green base plates that are underneath. So I did figure out where it went. It was a little bit confusing. I'm going to pull this in here. There's these black connector pieces that are built in underneath of here. And then you've got these shield looking pieces. And you're going to put it on and snap it down onto those things. This one doesn't want to go in. Let me see here. See if we can almost see it from behind. There we go. Okay. So it's in there now. I've got it snapped in there and there. A little bit confusing. But doesn't that look grand? Can you believe my candle fell off again? All right, we're going to put that back down there. Well, that was worth the work, wasn't it? And now it looks like we're going to build another smaller part of the roof. Maybe something to go right there. Oops, wait. Move that over one. I feel a little less stressed now because I'm kind of feeling like I have an idea of what they're doing here to create these. So that's good. Now it's just keeping up with making sure I don't forget anything, because it kind of freaked me out when I saw that I was missing one of those angled pieces. All right, let me see here. Make sure I'm getting the right angle here. It's a little bit confusing sometimes with the way the instruction book reads. But I think it's going to look absolutely amazing when we get it all finished. No. I realized that I have been calling Snow White's prince Prince Charming. And for some reason, I got to thinking, is that what he's called? And so I looked it up. I'm going to flip this around like this and we're going to do something. And they actually don't call him Prince Charming. In the movie, I believe it's just called The Prince. Supposedly, Cinderella's prince is called Prince Charming. But Snow White's has been called that before. So, was I right or wrong? I don't know that I can say. But I did find out an interesting little fact. They call him Prince Florian. I'm not sure exactly where or when, but that's supposedly his name. And I think this overhangs one. Actually, I don't think it overhangs one. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put that there. Okay. And then one more of these. And that name really cracked me up because in the Disney movie Never a Dull Moment, which I love, there is a character in it called Florian. And we laugh a lot because I keep telling my family we should have named our Cocker Spaniel Florian. Okay, that's correct. These two touch and these two do not, I believe. Because the character, at one point, somebody asked the character why he's named Florian, implying that he doesn't have a tough name. He says, why is a tough kid like you named Florian? And the kid's like, it's a tough name. And so we laugh at this fluffy Cocker Spaniel that we have that's just an absolute scaredy cat of everything, you know. That we should have named him Florian because he should be all, you know, tough and everything. He tries to act like it, but then he really isn't. He's just scared of everything. So I'm like, we should have named him Florian, guys. It kind of cracks me up. So when I found out that the prince was named Florian, I had a good chuckle over that. But I recently just started grooming Wally, which is what we named our Cocker Spaniel pup. And that was an adventure. I tried to work on his face, and he didn't like that a few weeks ago. And he really fought it. And I thought, we're in trouble. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. And so I ended up finally caving and buying a grooming table to be able to groom him on, because I just didn't want to risk him, you know, either snapping at somebody, trying to hold him down or something. And I thought about getting one for a while for the Schnauzers, but they're so good I didn't really need it. They just kind of let me do whatever I need to do. But Wally, not so much. So got the table in, set it up, groomed him. It's absolutely amazing. He stays there just perfectly. But I realized that I was going to, oops, not this one. Gonna need a blow dryer because his hair is so thick. It's just absolutely incredible how thick his hair is. So I ordered a good hair dryer for them too. At this point, you know, you wonder if it's just better to take him to a groomer with all the investing you're putting in, but just making sure I'm doing this right here. So anyways, I thought this dog who's scared of everything, I mean, he doesn't even like the wind. He'll get scared of the wind outside. He's terrified of the outdoors, it seems like. I thought he's never going to let me blow dry him, but he loves water. He absolutely loves water, so he did really well. He took it, you know, bath and everything, and then I went to kind of blow dry him. Thought I'll just start real carefully and try not to upset him. He loves it. He absolutely loves it. He's so vain. He's cracking me up. He just let me sit there and blow dry him. Okay, I was correct. Let me see if I can move this without messing up my organization. So then we've got these hooks in here and another one of these. So I'm just sure it's going to wedge in there. Yep, and hook right on. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness. It's looking absolutely exquisite. I can't even quite describe it. How beautiful it's looking. We're going to build another part I'm gonna guess it's for this part right here. But yeah, he just stood there and just let me blow him out. And I had read somewhere that it was important to do that, and it really helped kind of, you know, unkink their fur and help it stay, you know, looking real nice. And I'd always wondered why I could never get the schnauzers to actually look really nice and fluffed out. They always just kind of looked, even after I groomed them and spent all the time, they still kind of look mangy. Well, I think it was the blow dryer. Because even days afterwards, he just looks absolutely fabulous. So the schnauzers are next. I don't know that they're going to be too excited about the blow dryer, but they may not like it as much as he did, but I'm excited to see what they're going to look like. So it was a good investment. Okay, we're going to flip it over like this. It's funny how much more confident you feel when you kind of figure out what you're supposed to be doing. That first part was terrifying me, but now I kind of know where to look and kind of what they're doing, and feel a lot more confident building up this. But I figure we have two big sides coming up, which could be a little tricky to figure out, so we will see how we do here in a minute. If we do as well as we did on this. Okay, they want that piece. I'm making sure I got my angles right here, but then they flip it for this one and do that. Well, that wasn't too hard. I feel like I have a lot of extra pieces here. Oh, that's okay. That's because there's another little something coming up. All right. Roll this out of the way. Bring this closer here. So we've got our, but we can open this up so we can see better. So we have our connector pieces in there, and it's gonna fit in there just right. And there we go. Now, I'm gonna guess we might put something right there. Think I'm right? Oops. These pieces. These little claw feet pieces that look so good. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Now, I am concerned. We're gonna put this on, but I'm concerned about something because I have some pieces left here that I don't think I should have unless they were generous. So I'll get back with you in just a second when I can figure out what I missed. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not finding a place where those are missing yet. So I think I actually may have done it correctly, but I guess time will tell if I did it wrong, or someone will catch my mistake. I did make this mistake. This is supposed to go this way. There we go. Okay, so if you're building at the same time and figured out that these pieces do go somewhere, do let me know, and I will keep them in a safe place until I either find my mistake or keep them in reserve. So let's move on to bag number 11. Okay, the first thing they tell us to do is make our last dwarf, and it's Dopey, of course. We've been waiting for him, huh? He's got the sweetest little kiss on the side of his face. His little, I love his bright green clothes. Let's see, where's his little purple hat? Gotta be in here. Okay, here we go. Isn't he just the sweetest? And he comes with a shovel. You know, the only thing that I wish they would have done is made it to where his shirt was just dragging in the back. But he's so sweet. Okay, so now we have all of our dwarves. I think there might be a villain coming up. And then we might have everybody. Now, it tells me again to either do it this way and be grumpy, or be happy like Dopey and organize them. So I will organize them real quick. Okay, we have everything sorted out and we're ready to go again. I have this little suspicion that we're going to be building up just one side of this section, and then there's a whole nother bag that's probably for the other side. So looks like we're in it for the long haul for a bit here. And these are probably pretty good sized sections since it's pretty long. I just find it amazing how many different things you can create out of the same basically small number of pieces. I mean, when you think about how many different types of pieces that Lego has made, it's actually not it's not a huge amount. I'm going to turn it this way, I believe. Excuse me. Considering what they're able to do, you're utilizing the same pieces a lot, but you can make so many different styles of buildings, and I mean, it's just amazing if you start actually thinking about what can be created with these bricks. I mean, you have this style, but then you could just go, you know, a step in a different direction and you have all of the amazing Ninjago sets, or you can go very modern and you can go to like Marvel sets. It's just crazy how many different looks you can achieve with the same number, or not number, excuse me, the same style of pieces. It just floors me. The options really do become endless to what can be created with them, which of course makes so many new sets that come out so exciting, as they all feel different and new and fresh, but in reality they're using the same, you know, basic elements, which I guess we do that. We use the same basic principles to create our buildings and stuff, but the designers, the architects are able to create such different feels. But I think it's just amazing what you can do with these, you know, basic building blocks, and how different the feel can be. I like this little green they're putting in. This thatched roof. I saw one time somebody build a thatched roof out of the little bananas that they have in sets. It's like, it took a lot of them. I was like, that's really genius. That's always a really fun thing for me to do, is to be able to find something that's kind of unique and build something. Let's see, where does it want this to go? Unexpected out of it. I enjoy doing that. Sometimes when I'm stuck, not knowing exactly where I want to put something, you know, how do I want to make that? How do I want to make that look different? I'll just go and look through every single piece in the organization that I have. Just sit there and go through every single bucket, just looking for something that'll just inspire me to make sure I put the right number there. Kind of come up with something different and unique. And sure enough, there's usually something that will kind of pop into my head. I'll be like, yep, that's the piece. That's what we're going to use. A lot of pieces to this side of the roof. Right there. Okay, now this is where it's going to get tricky. That first layer it goes down isn't too bad, but this next one, you want to make sure that you're counting right. And make sure you get these right, because we're going to use 5 of these. And I'm afraid that's where I may have missed one somehow in the last one. I had those extra pieces, but I couldn't see anywhere that I missed. All right, so we have those in, and now we're going to go to this side, and we're going to use these pieces. And they use 8 of them. Back and forth. Kind of nice that they're using the same one. And this one goes in. Because that way you're not going to go back and forth between your pieces here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got all of those in. And now we're going to use 5 of this one. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my 5 in one of these. And we'll make the third one. They just kind of are overlapping each other like that. So it's really not too difficult once you kind of get the pattern going. But, and there's not one there. Okay. Okay, now we need 5 of these. One of those. We're going to start up here and start crisscrossing them. This one goes this way. One last one on the bottom. Okay. And 5 of those. Well, it does start to figure itself out, doesn't it? I just want to make sure I don't miss one. You're building with me. Are you cross-eyed yet? 5 of those. Okay. It's amazing how they've made it so texturized. Something I probably have a hard time figuring out. Okay. All these and then one of these. I'm just kind of pulling out what I need here so that I don't forget something. We're going to start here. Okay, not over here. That wouldn't make sense to have this many pieces with it. Probably not. And now this one is going to go into this little spot there. All right. We're actually cruising on it, but we need these 2 pieces. See, now I don't have any left over here, so I'm worried that I might have actually missed something. But we're just going to have to let it go and figure it out later, I suppose. I'm going to put these all along down here on the bottom. It actually went together a little bit faster than I thought. Okay. I say to turn it over, lay it down, and we're going to make this little thing. I love this little birdie that's hanging out with me. This little blue birdie. I wonder what he's going to, what spot he's going to be put on. Probably be hanging out up here in the rafters somewhere. I wonder if we're going to make a little birdhouse for him. Whoops. I don't want to go together. I know I had said earlier I was a little disappointed in the number of animals. I was definitely hoping that there would be more of them, especially some of the bigger animals like the deer. Okay, this goes up here. Make sure that snaps on. And we're going to make another one. A little bit different variety, but it's going to be a little shorter than the last one. I believe that they've made Lego deer before. I've heard rumor that they're going to make some sort of jungle sets this year. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? I wish that I had been able to actually collect some of the zoo ones that they came out with, but I kind of missed those. Okay, and then that goes down here on this last spot. Alright, so we have these little sides, and then we're going to put these. It almost looks like this is done. I'm not sure. Not quite though, because we're going to turn it over and we're going to build something special right here. Where's our little leaf? They want us to put a leaf right here. I like how they're incorporating the little leaves here and there in it. Alright. We get to build, I do believe we get to build a little house for our bird. For our bluebird. I saw a bluebird the other day on my patio out back. I was so excited. Oh, look at his little house. Okay, we're going to put it in. I'm going to kind of move this out of the way and pull this closer here. Now, we've got some hooks right here and here, which is very interesting because, oops, that wants to come out. Okay. Going to have to blind do it. Oh, look at that. It snaps together. Oh my goodness. Maybe a little bit of a pain, but that is just the most amazing. I'm actually kind of out of loss for words here. How beautiful it is. I'm just so tickled. All right. My question is that what are we attaching the other roof to? Because maybe it's just open. No, surely there's got to be one. So that'll be interesting to see what we're doing there. But we've got something else to do here. So let's move on. I'm wondering if we're going to do the little top part. As we still have more pieces in this bag. I'm just getting so tickled the more this is coming together. And you know what I realized? Which has made me a little impatient to get this part of it done, is we haven't built up any of the trees yet. And you may have figured out already, if you've listened to me much, that I love building trees so much. One of these days I'm just going to have a huge forest build of some sort or the other. They say they want me to make 2 of these, so I'll put this down and make another one real quick. So I can't wait to see how they built them up, because they've been doing so many different things with trees lately in the builds. They had very unique ones in the Rivendell set, and they've had unique ones in some of the Friends sets. So they seem to be just presenting so many different kinds of ideas that you can do, which is really, really exciting. All right, I'm going to pull this over here. And they have it going on. You're using the center round circles to attach to those centered. Oops, don't come off there. This little piece I wanted to pop off his underneath part, because that's interesting. It's popping off because it forces it to pop off. So I'm not sure why it is. Give me a second, let me figure that out. Okay, I figured it out. If anybody's building this, they're probably catching all these little mistakes. I had an extra one of these pieces left over. This has to go on top of this piece because it has to have that extra depth coming down, because otherwise this thing pushes it right off. So there you go. Fix the little mistake. And then we have one more little thing to do here. They want a little leaf on top. All right, there we go. Look at that. All right, bag number 12. They tell us to sort it, so I'm gonna pour it and sort it, and then we'll get back to building this final roof section. Okay, they have thrown us for a loop because they've added in new pieces, so this side is not going to look the same as the other side. I've got pieces sorted everywhere. So let's get started and figure out what they're doing over here. I'm wondering if they're putting in some sort of little window or something. It's kind of what it looks like. Probably should have caught this on the box. I'll bet it shows it, but it's fun to keep some things surprises, don't you think? This looks like it's going to be a pretty good sized section. Oops, I turned it this way. Sometimes it helps if you turn it in the right direction. Then you can kind of keep up with what they're doing a little bit better. Especially if it's a tedious part that can be a little bit confusing. Okay, let me see here. All right, now it's going to get tricky on us here. So let's put that down for the minute. Then we're going to put in this little window that I saw, and this is actually going to go in right here. Very interesting how they're doing this. Okay, now we're going to go back to a somewhat familiar pattern. Put in the top of this. Oh, lost my place there for a second. Okay, yeah, got that right. Goodness, that's going to be fun to see what they do there. I'll bet they're going to build up something around it to be like an overhang, maybe, over the window. But we will just have to wait and see. Okay. Now, wait a minute. Oh, I did something wrong. These are not supposed to overhang. They're supposed to be up like this. Now watch me have to go back and fix every one of these. I missed that on the instructions, didn't I? Alright, it's an easy fix. Glad we caught it now. Oops. Come on. There we go. Okay. It's supposed to look like that because it's supposed to just have one row of these yellows left. Okay. So, now we'll see if we can keep moving. I was so jealous today because my older daughter is here on spring break, and her and my younger daughter just decided to take off to the zoo today. I was so jealous that I wasn't able to work it into my schedule to be able to go, because that would have been so much fun. Okay, now here's the tricky part. We're going to put in right there these two funny looking pieces, and then these two curved brown pieces right there. Look at that. Isn't that cool? And then this one goes right underneath of it. Okay, so we are doing it a little different to be able to work with this window. And they have this up here. This is kind of exciting because it's different. We work it and could almost get kind of bored with all the other ones being all the same. I don't think I was bored though. I was just trying not to make any mistakes. Okay, so that goes in up there. And then down here they've got this going on. Okay. How many of these do they have? Lots of pieces, huh? But they're so funny because one of them said, "We're standing at the elephants for an hour." And the other one said, "We're standing at the gorillas for even longer." It'd be funny to see when they get back what they stood at the longest. I said, well, at least both the animals you guys are, obsessed with are kind of in the same area of the zoo. Maybe we can go back and forth a bit. Such a pretty day out today. I hope the animals will be out and visible for them. Our zoo here is really amazing because it actually they've kind of specialized in creating habitats for the animals that are very healthy for them. So they have very large habitats. It's a huge zoo. You walk a lot when you go there. But the habitats are so big for them that sometimes you don't even see them. The animals have the ability to go and get away from the busyness of the zoo if they want to. Which you go to the zoo to be able to see the animals, but that's just, in my mind, very fair that they would be able to have a break if they needed it. That's interesting. It goes like that, so this one's left open. Okay, and to make sure I got everything in there, because it's going to get a little confusing, I think, here. All right, we're going to put these in, every other one, I believe. But it's really interesting. They've got that going in there. They're trying to add these in. Oh, trying to confuse me. Okay. It would have been better if they just put those in and then went back and put these. They're probably trying to save me a step, but it's confusing me. Oh boy. Look what I did. I'm never going to get it out. Just a second. Okay, I had to take that one out. That was difficult. These don't want to come out. It goes that way. And then this one goes in. Oh goodness. And then the third one goes the opposite way. Alright, so they're flipping it back and forth. Why are they doing this? Listen to me whining. Okay. Alright, I really hope I got that in there right, because that's not coming out again. Alright, now they're going to go put in the opposites. Oops, snapped it in there. Okay. That I can figure out, because, oh, no. Oh, piece was in the wrong spot. Okay. A whole bunch of the pieces got moved. Alright, there we go. So now they're putting that in. Oh my goodness. There is a reason why they're rating some of these sets to be a little higher. Although I have the feeling that nowadays kids are so smart. Probably figure out faster than us adults. Okay, so we do that on that side. And then on this side, we're gonna put it in like this. It amazes me. I build so much and I still sit here and fumble around. And that goes there. Okay. Oh, look at this. This is going to go right on top of there. There you go. See? I knew they would make a little overhang for it. Alright. Let me see what they're doing next. Alright. They're going to build up these little sides. And this. Now, where in the world? Oh, over here. I have some more. I thought, surely that's not all of those. And then we'll do this over here. Okay. Then they want us to put 8 of our little claw-like feet down here. I love these. I love these in gray. I'm pretty sure they make them in gray because you can make really textured rocks with them. Okay. That goes down, and then we're going to start working in our grooves and doing all that. This is where it gets familiar again. I'm going to pull these pieces over here because I'm going to use them so much, I'm sure. Okay. So here we go. Start back and forth, getting our pieces in. This part's kind of fun. That window kind of freaked me out. It goes all the way down. Okay. Now this is interesting. Let's see what they're doing here. They've got this kind going in. Oh! I wanted to go on a different part of the roof, I guess. Then they have this smooth part instead of the one with the little claws. But then the rest of it is just these going back and forth. I've never seen so many of these pieces before, especially in one color. Goodness. Okay, let's turn the page here. Oh goodness, okay. We're just working on this lower part down here. And it's with this style, because we already did the upper part when we were working around the window. We've already done all this upper part, so now we're just working on the lower part. Let's see. I definitely kind of go back and forth between these two angled pieces. Let me guess. Yep. Start working it down like this. Okay. And then the last little area here before we go back to the longer sides. Okay. I think we're getting really close to getting this side done. Well, I would say that it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it was definitely tedious and kind of slow going putting this roof together. So, oh, he just came right off, didn't he? Okay, I'd be glad when it's done, but goodness, it just creates an absolutely fabulous display here. Unbelievable. Oh, you're doing there, a little claw feet here. Oh, looky there. I put it in wrong. He's supposed to aim this way. I suppose you could aim either way if you wanted to have a little bit of a different flair to yours, but we'll keep it the same. Okay, we're going to turn him over. And we're going to put in just a little bit more here. And this is where I'm trying to figure out. Okay. We've got this side thing that's been going on him. So front section. I always forget about that part. It's funny. But there sure is a lot of pieces left. Well, that's because there's lots of building to do. That's going to go there. We'll make another one. Oops. There's that piece I'm missing. Here it is. How sweet is this going to be? What am I missing? Oh no, I'm not missing it. It's this one with the claw. Feet, and then this goes on either side. Okay. Now we have one more little one down here to do. We are almost done, aren't we? I have a suspicion that if you've built the A-frame, that this is going to sit on the side of this. It's similar to how the A-frame roof sits onto it. But first, we're going to add in a few adorable leaves. So cute. Oh! My bunny went flying. Okay. Yep. You've got this ridge here that was created with these pieces, and then you have this thing, and it just sits in there. It's exactly what the A-frame kind of does. It's actually pretty secure, and the blacksmith shop has that similar technique. Wow, guys, that's just stunning. Very, very stunning. Okay, let's move on to bag number 13. Okay, our last minifigure is going to be built, and that is the Evil Queen. And trust me, she looks pretty gnarly. This minifigure is actually really familiar to me because it's actually identical, I believe, to the one that's in the villain icon set. Oh, sorry. She didn't want to hold on to her basket. Sometimes these baskets are really hard to grab. Let me see if I can do it without the apple in it first. They have her holding it. There we go. Okay. And then the apple kind of goes in there. So anyways, I apologize. The villain icon set had her in it, where she was actually in the apple part. She had a little bed for the apple that you built up. So she's familiar but pretty awesome. And kind of the perfect little finish to our minifigs. Now let me get this in position because I think we are getting ready to build a whole bunch of really cool accessories that are going to go on the outside of our build here. So super excited to see what's going to happen here. A large number of the green leaf ferns pieces that have been coming in the sets. Can't tell you how much I love those. Alright guys, so this is going to go, if you remember, we put this piece in and I said, I'll bet you they're going to use that. Sure enough, here we go. It's going to go right into there. And then we're going to build a pine tree. So it looks like they're going to alternate them around. So there's 8 more of them. We put on 2, so that makes 10 total. Wow, there. I wonder though. Okay, I got stumped there and a little confused. I think that what we want to do is make it to where everyone you put on goes in a slightly, like the opposite of itself. But I could be wrong about this. So that one goes in there. Does this make any sense? And that one goes opposite it. And you kind of keep working them up. But I don't know if that's exactly what it looks like that on the picture. Let's see, we have 2, 4, 6, 10. Okay, so there's the 10. I don't know. And then they turn it up like this. Sorry, that was probably confusing. But I wasn't liking how it was going, and then they're putting 5 of these on top, so these are going to make the tree the top of the tree. Got a little confused myself there. Okay, now let's see if that, I mean, that looks somewhat similar. You can kind of adjust them if you didn't like it. And then that goes onto there. Oh, oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, now we're going to turn around. And way back in the first video, we put this little contraption down here, and I thought, I wonder what in the world, and I thought maybe a tree, because I remembered there was a white tree. And I was right, so we're going to build up the tree here. Oh, I just love that pine tree back there. Could make it just, ooh. I'm just waiting for them to be able to release those pieces in the Pick-a-Brick. Probably online is where they'll first come in. I need to start checking regularly because I haven't been. Because as soon as those are available, I'm just going to order a box full. Okay, now we're going to make a little birdhouse. That's going to go right here. How sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, I want that to stay in more, but it's not. You can probably tell that I'm excited. I just really like all these little add-ins that they do on the outside. So much fun. This is kind of interesting pieces that we're using here. Okay, now we're going to use some, I've only ever seen these used in underwater sets, so isn't that fun? Got a little bit of an abstract kind of tree going on here, but I think it's going to really impress us at the end, so don't give up on it yet. Okay, now they want us to put it in here. Okay, it's kind of a scary tree. Okay. But this is where he's going to become not so scary. So we're going to put a little leaf on top of that larger leaf. I'm going to make 6 of those real quick. You know how I love finding out new ways to make trees, so. How exciting this is. All right, now they want us to put it, we're going to put it on the seaweed. I'm so sorry I had to cut off there because my daughters came home and the dogs just freaked out. They absolutely love their sisters. Okay, now I was thinking that, you know, this tree when all of its leaves were off in the wintertime would be one scary looking tree. Right, it looks like I'm a little confused. Oh, I think we've got it all wrong here. Let's turn this around. Okay. I suppose it doesn't matter too much. It could be however you would want it, but okay. All right, and then we're gonna put, ooh, they're a little loose on there. Be careful. They kind of have them. Ooh, they're a little tricky to get on sometimes. This one's leaning more than it seems like theirs is in the picture, but I wonder if I've done something. Let me take a look at the front. Okay, I've definitely done a little something to make it lean more. I'm not sure what I've done. Okay, mine's a little bit of a leaner. All right, so we have one more white seaweed here, and we're going to make a couple more of those little leaves that we just made. And then we're also going to work with a bigger green leaf here, and we're going to add some smaller leaves onto it. Don't you love the way that they are incorporating these beautiful smaller leaves onto the leaves that they've been around, goodness, since I was a child. But by incorporating the old and the new, it makes something really special. We're going to put these on like this. I wish that they had done this for that, because then I would kind of know where they were going on. And I'll bet you, yep, this is going to go right here on the top. And that's a fun looking tree, isn't it? Even though mine's a little crooked. Okay, let's make another little something over here. Like another little bitty pine tree. He's just starting out. Oh, there's two of them, so I'm going to make two bases here to the tree, and then I'll work on there. Oh, I'm missing. Oh, there it is. It's hiding. This little base, and they've got these turned upside down, 5 of them. This is an absolute genius way of being able to make little pine trees. I use these same pieces, the little stems, flower stems, to create a pine tree, but they actually were connected like this, but then they came out this way. They kind of went around something that was connected on all 4 sides. So they create really fat pine trees, and they look really awesome. He goes over there. There's a little one here. I'm gonna turn. He's kind of hidden back there. Okay. Now, where are we? They want us. Oh, we're going to turn our beautiful cottage, and we're going to work right up in here. I wonder what we're going to make. Honestly, can't say that I know just yet. Leaf under there. Okay. Something to find out though, isn't it? I think that's a little crooked. Maybe it looks like a little bench. Oh. Okay. Oh my goodness. I think I might be suspicious. I think it's it's like a sleuth. Okay, we're gonna put that on there. Yep, it's like where they come and they work with their jewels. They have their little chisel there. They have a magnifying glass. Let me risk picking this. Oh goodness, it's big and it's heavy. Up here. Look at that, isn't that so cute? Okay, I have absolutely no idea. This just popped free and I think it just goes there. Must have been just when I picked it up. Okay, he popped off. Okay, and they're gonna fill this up with gems so they can slide right down into it. Look at that. I hope you can see that. And just slide right down into it. So sweet. Here, it's a little full. We'll put him in there. Okay, we're going to work right here. We've got another connection point, and we're going to make another tree. And I'm going to guess that it's going to be very similar to the first tree we did over there, the pine tree. Because it looks, it's a little taller though. He's grown a bit more. We planted trees in our backyard when we moved in. Maples, I believe. And then 2 of them in our backyard, and then we planted, last year we planted 2 dogwoods. One we bought, and one the neighbor had planted and then decided he didn't care for it as much and dug it up and said, "Do you want this?" And I'm like, "Yep." I'll take a tree. And they're doing well. I'm hoping that they'll actually flower this year. Let's see. There's 6, so 8, and I believe there's 10. Yep. But it surprises me how slow they grow. I'm afraid I'm messing up and not giving them maybe some extra nutrition that they might need. So I'm going to try this year to try to do some more feeding for them. They're just growing really slow, but we have been having really dry summers. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 5. Yep. Okay, and he'll go on there. So I feel like he's a little bit taller than the other one. Pretty sure he is. Okay, we are on to the very last bag. Goodness, there's all kinds of beautiful pieces in this one. We've got this gorgeous purple leaf. Okay, and I'm guessing this is the top to the glass coffin. So, and we've got more ferns. This is an exciting bag. We might be making just the, oh, excuse me. Oh goodness, those are going to be hard to come off. They go this way. Okay. There we go. Well, this has been a long build, hasn't it? But what an absolutely exquisite set that it has built up. I know that the video is just not doing it justice compared to if you're seeing it in person. My birdhouse is crooked there. I really hope that you have a chance to be able to build it if you aren't already doing so with me. It's tough when the price points on a lot of these, it's definitely an investment. Kind of have to pick and choose the ones that really, kind of tickle your heart, but this one is, catches your eye, is definitely worth picking up, so yeah, I think we're building that little base up for the coffin to go on, so I'm going to put that there for a second. Kind of an interesting thing that you don't think you would actually want to build. Coffin. But this coffin feels a bit different. Okay, so that's going to go this way. This is interesting. Oops. Oh, nope. There we go. Feels more like a bed than a coffin. Oh, alright, let's see here. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to have lost something there. It looks like we don't have a sticker. It must be a printed piece. Let me see here. Okay, yep. Oh, it says Snow White on it. And I think gold lettering. So sweet. Okay. I thought the prints came a lot quicker, but it took some time to find her, I guess. And the poor dwarfs were so broken-hearted for such a time. Okay, I have to build 2 of those actually. So here's another, the printed Snow White sign. You want to know the part that actually bugged me in the movie? Was that when Prince Florian came and woke her up, he then just whisked her right off. And the dwarves who had so faithfully been taking care of her were just kind of left. Now what in the world? Oh, it would be helpful if I would put this piece in. Surely she goes back and visits them. And I would think she would want to stay closer to them. I mean, let's be honest, she knew them better than she knew the prince. But that's a fairy tale for you. Okay, we have that in there now. And now we're going to do a little bit of some groundwork here in front. Oh, a little piece was hiding from me. I love how they make the little, I don't know, the little stones, the little paths with the little round tiles. Okay, and then another leaf in here. A lot of leaves going on. I'm trying, oh no, he's up one. To figure out what he... Okay. Now we have, I'm trying to figure out how we're going to make 2 leaves with blue flowers. Got a little confused there. And 2 leaves with purple flowers. And then we're going to put them on like this. Which is kind of weird because it actually covers up her name a lot. Try to kind of smush them down, but all right, we're gonna make an end to the coffin. Let's see, I think we should call it a different name. Sounds horrible. It sounds so sad. Okay, they're trying to work in the glass here, I think. Oh, this is a lovely clear piece. Put some more leaves here on the bottom. Kind of want to watch the movie again after having built it. Look at the cottage a little closer. Oh my goodness. That leaf does not want to stay in. Okay, and this is going to go on this side here. That's pretty cool, huh? And we're going to build up the other end. Basically the same way as we did the last one. Over here. Hiding from me. Trying to remember exactly how many pieces this was. It was pretty good sized, wasn't it? Kind of makes you terrified to do a bigger set though. Oops, okay. Now they actually have the top going into here, and then that's how it attaches on, just like that. Oops. Oh, push it in there. There you go. It's kind of interesting to me. The inside of it is very curved. Oh, I bet you I know why, because her dress is got a swoosh, so when you put her in it, she lays straight, because it has a place to go. And then her little headpiece, her little collar, excuse me, that I hate to put her in this. Goodness. Come on, Prince Florian, get over here quickly. Does she actually fit in it? Doesn't necessarily want to go down on her. Surely she, oh, there she goes. She had to have arms down. Oh goodness, let's get her out of there though. Put her back by the prince. It's so sad putting her in that. Kind of freaking me out. Okay. I'll put that down for a minute. Alright, we're going to turn it around actually, and we're going to make some more flowers to put on the other side. Ooh. I think my hands are getting tired. Definitely start to feel it the longer you build for, don't you? Okay, I'm gonna alternate these flowers. You know, that does pop off a little easy. Pushing on it. And then it looks like, okay, we're gonna build up a little bit of rock structures over here. Okay, there we go. I wonder what this is going to be. Over here, This has got these connection points. Not sure where they're going with it. We will see, won't we? Okay. Maybe we're building up a little tree here. Curious and curiouser. Pinched my finger in that one, it kind of hurt. Oh, okay. It's how they're holding up a tree. Isn't that genius? Oh, they're making all kinds of lovely little trees to go back here. My heart is happy. I'm gonna make another one of these with 10 of the ferns. Alternate them this way. I guess I'm just gonna do all mine the same and hope that I'm doing it correctly. I mean, it looks nice. So. I was doing it where it was like a spiral. They were all going kind of in a spiral formation. I'm like, that is not right. That can't be right. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, 10. Okay. And then that's gonna go there. Because they did have her separate, didn't they? She was kind of out in the woods somewhere in her own little, I guess, little, what's it called? A little open glade or something. That's 5. Okay, I'll put that there. Little baby tree. Oh, this is fun. This is different. We're going to attach. Haven't done one of these before. Make another little kind of tree here. Goodness, I love these pieces right here. I don't work with them too much. Look at that. Okay, let me put that in there. Oh, that's lovely. Let me pull that up and show you. Isn't that lovely? And then look at what we get to do. This is going to tickle you. I just know it is. I'm going to do one of these. And then put this onto it. Put a little purple flower on it. And then we're going to put it on the tree. Oh. I'm trying to see. Oh, it's actually because it goes down there. Onto there. It doesn't connect to that one. Look at that. Got a little too close there. Isn't that beautiful with that purple? And then, okay, so then we'll put another one. On this one right here. Connect that down so we're creating a really pretty top to it. And then the last one actually sits on top of this. Let me see if I can do it, holding it up closer for you. Something like that. I think I might have it a smidge off. You know what? Let me try to correct that real quick, just a second. Okay, I couldn't get that quite right because I put the leaf one too far back. It needs to go. This one wants to keep coming off too. It needs to go there, so then we can place this one there. And then we have our canopy. Okay, now we missed a little something that I should have caught. But we need to put the rest of these together to do the top of our pine tree, of course. I was like, why do we have so many of those? Okay, just like that. Okay. I believe that our set is finished. Now I do have, I'm going to be honest, I do have this piece left over. I'm sure it goes somewhere. I'll figure it out. But otherwise, we have completed an absolutely exquisite Disney set for Snow White and her prince. And we'll even let the villain come in here for a minute, even though she shouldn't be allowed. And then all of our lovely dwarves. And if you've made it through this whole build with me, thank you. that was a long build. I really am happy that you were able to join me for that and appreciate you being here. Don't forget to subscribe so we can spend more time together building another awesome set. And I hope that you enjoyed building yours or are going to build yours very soon. So you have a wonderful day, and I will see you again very soon.